Nostro account. Nostro account is a current account that a bank holds with another bank in a foreign country. Nostro account is a current account that a bank holds with another bank in a foreign country. Such accounts are operated in the currency of that foreign country. For example, in Australia, State Bank of India has its Nostro account with Commonwealth Bank of Australia, Sydney. It is operated in Australian dollar. In this case, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, Sydney is bank and SBI is customer of the bank. For example, in USA, State Bank of India has its Nostro account with Standard Chartered Bank, New York. It is operated in US dollars. In this case, Standard Chartered Bank, New York is bank and SBI is the customer of the bank. This account is current account. No interest is earned on the balance kept in this account. On the other hand, if the balance in this account is not sufficient, interest is payable on overdrawn amount. Hence, the bank should carefully decide the required balance to be kept in this account. The account is prepared in the books of the bank in which the account is to be maintained and not in the books of customer. It is in the form of a statement of our account with you as prepared by you. In other words, it is prepared the way the passbook is prepared. In our example, State Bank of India has this Nostro account with Standard Chartered Bank, New York for dollar. It is operated in dollar. So, if you are asked to prepare Nostro account, it means we have to prepare Nostro account in the books of Standard Chartered Bank. Hence, actual inflow of foreign currency is credited to this account. Whatever foreign currency will come to State Bank of India, it will be credited to this account. And actual outflow of foreign currency is debited to this account. Let's understand a few terms used with reference to Nostro account. The first such term is TT, telegraphic transfer. Before the development of computer era, the banks used to transfer funds to different parts of the world to meet the urgent needs of their customers through telegrams and telex. I'm not talking about present scenario, I'm talking about the scenario when computer era was not there. So before the development of computer era, the banks used to transfer funds to different parts of the world to meet the urgent needs of their customers through telegrams and telex. These days, though the task is done through internet, the term TT is still in use. In current scenario, the term TT is used to denote instant transfer of funds. It is different from forward TT. Forward TT is a forward type of contract. So friends, when we talk about TT, it means we are talking about instant transfer of funds. An example of TT. Suppose a customer requests the bank to immediately transfer $1 lakh to his business associate in New York. A customer goes to State Bank of India Parliament Street branch and requests the bank to immediately transfer $1 lakh to his business associate in New York. The transaction is referred as TT issuance, TT sale or TT remittance. The customer requests for TT issuance, TT sale or TT remittance. The bank will receive the amount in rupees and transfer $1 lakh from its Nostro account. The bank will receive the amount in rupees and transfer $1 lakh from its Nostro account. In other words, the Nostro account will be debited in this case. In this case, the bank has sold $1 lakh. So its balance of dollar will get reduced. So the Nostro account will be debited in this case. Another example of TT. Mr. Madhav, a US based NRI, remits $10,000 to his father Nand in India on immediate transfer basis, on TT transfer basis. Mr. Nand approaches the bank. The bank pays him rupee value of $10,000. It means the bank has purchased $10,000. This is referred as TT payment or TT purchase. The Nostro account will be credited with $10,000. So when actual purchase of foreign currency will be there, your Nostro account will be credited, and when actual sale will be there, your Nostro account will be debited. Another term is DD payment or encashment of DD or DD purchase. A Limited receives a DD of $5,000 issued in its favor from Washington. They approach the bank for getting this amount. The bank pays them rupee value of $5,000. A Limited is entitled to receive $5,000. The bank is paying them rupee value of $5,000. It means bank is purchasing $5,000. So this is referred as DD purchase or DD encashment or DD payment. Nostro account will be credited with $5,000. DD issuance. Mr. Rahim approaches its bank to get a DD of $1,000 issued in favor of a publisher payable at Boston, USA. Mr. Rahim pays the bank rupee value of this amount and requests the bank to issue a DD in favor of a publisher payable at Boston. The bank charges rupees 46,000 and issues the DD. So in a way, the bank has sold $1,000. The bank has sold $1,000. This transaction won't be entered into Nostro account on the date of issuance of DD. It will be entered into Nostro account on the day the DD is paid. It is quite similar to the situation that if we issue a check, the bank does not debit our account on the date we have issued the check. The bank debits our account the day the payment for that check is made. So here you have no doubt you have sold $1,000, but this amount will be debited to your Nostro account only when the payment will be made. On the day, Nostro account will be debited with $1,000. Which day, please? The day on which the DD will be encashed. Entitlement to receive or commitment to pay the foreign currency in future is not entered in this account. You enter into a forward contract. You enter into a forward contract of purchasing dollar. It won't be entered into account on the day of entering the forward contract. It will be entered into Nostro account the day of actual purchase, the day of maturity. For example, forward foreign currency purchase or sale contracts are not entered into this account on the day of contract. Rather, they are entered into account the day of their execution. Another example. An Indian party exported goods to USA. The importer accepted a bill of exchange amounting to $10,000 payable after 3 months. The Indian party is entitled to receive $10,000 after 3 months. The Indian party is entitled to receive $10,000 after 3 months. SBI purchased this bill from the exporter against immediate payment by SBI of rupees 4,40,000. SBI paid 4,40,000 rupees to the customer and purchased this bill. What about this $10,000? Will it be entered into Nostro account? The answer is this amount of $10,000 will be entered into Nostro account on the day of maturity and realization of the bill. It won't be entered into Nostro account on the day State Bank has purchased it from the customer. The transaction entitles State Bank of India to receive $10,000 on maturity. This transaction won't be entered into Nostro account on the date the bill is purchased. Rather, it will be entered into Nostro account on its realization. Conclusion. Forward contracts are not entered into Nostro accounts on the day of contract. These are entered into Nostro account on the day the contracts are executed. Question number 2.66a. Please refer the chapter Foreign Exchange Risk Management of the textbook. Please go through the question thoroughly. Friends, we know that Nostro account is prepared in the books of the bank and not in the books of customer. In this question, Bank of America is the bank and the Indian bank is the customer. Nostro account will be prepared as Indian bank's account in the books of Bank of America. The important point of the question is that opening balance is $20,000 overdrawn. It is a liability for the Indian bank. Indian bank has an overdrawn position of $20,000. It's a liability for Indian bank. It is an asset for Bank of America. Assets have got debit balance. Hence, the opening balance will appear in the debit side of this Nostro account. The opening balance is $20,000. So the opening balance will appear as $20,000 in the debit side of Nostro account. The main point is that this account we are preparing in the books of Bank of America. It is the account of Indian bank in the books of Bank of America. Opening balance is $20,000. Purchase TT $50,000. Purchase $50,000. The Indian bank has purchased $50,000 on TT basis. TT means instant. You have purchased, so it will be instantly credited to your account. So you have purchased $50,000 on instant basis. So this amount will be credited to your Nostro account. Issue DD to New York 20,000. Issue DD to New York 20,000. Friends, this transaction won't appear in Nostro account the day the DD is issued. It will appear in Nostro account the day the DD is paid. You have issued DD. You have received rupees, but the dollar has not outflown. So, Nostro account will be debited only on the date this DD will be honored. TT remittance. TT refers to instant. You have immediately remitted $20,000. So, this amount will be debited to your account. Purchase bill of exchange. Maturity 1 month, $75,000. This purchase entitles us to receive $75,000 after 1 month. So, this amount will be credited to Nostro account only on its realization. On the day we have purchased the bill, this account won't be credited to Nostro account. Forward sale. The bank has sold $75,000 on forward basis, and we know that forward transactions are not entered in Nostro account on the day of entering the contract. These are entered in Nostro account the day of their execution. Export bill. Purchase earlier realized. Your bank has purchased some bill on some earlier date. Today it has realized. When it is realized, it means you will get $45,000. So that amount will be credited to your Nostro account. But the question is, the credit side is 95,000. The debit side is only 45,000. With these transactions, the balance is 50,000. But the question requires us to keep a balance of only 20,000. So what shall we do? We shall sell $30,000 on instant basis, that is on TT basis. TT sale $30,000. Why? To maintain the balance of $20,000. Friends, we come to a topic related to Nostro account. This topic is exchange position. Exchange position is prepared by the customer. Suppose State Bank of India has its Nostro account with Standard Chartered Bank. Then Nostro account is prepared by Standard Chartered Bank, but exchange position is prepared by State Bank of India. In question number 66, Nostro account is prepared in the books of Bank of America. Nostro account is prepared by Bank of America, but the exchange position will be prepared by the Indian bank. Friends, exchange position is not a part of double entry system. Exchange position is not a part of double entry system. It is not a ledger account. This is prepared just to know our total position of purchase and sale of a particular currency. Exchange position is the net balance of aggregate purchases or sales made by the bank in a particular currency. Exchange position is the net balance of aggregate purchase or sale made by the bank in a particular currency. This is thus an overall position of the bank in a particular currency. While determining this position, not only actual inflows and outflows of currency are considered, but commitment to pay and entitlement to receive the currency are also considered. You purchase foreign currency on TT basis, that will be entered into exchange position. You purchase forward dollar, that will be entered into exchange position. You have purchased forward dollar, that is your entitlement to receive the dollar. So even that will be entered in exchange position on the day of entering the contract. A word of caution is that a transaction should not be included twice. Suppose you enter into a forward contract of purchasing $1 lakh today. It will be entered into exchange position today itself. Later on, when this contract will be executed, it won't be entered into exchange position again. For example, a bank purchased a foreign currency bill, say $10,000. The transaction will be entered into exchange position immediately on purchase of the bill. Later, when the bill will be realized, it won't be entered into exchange position again. 2.66b. Please refer to the chapter Foreign Exchange Risk Management of the textbook. We have to prepare exchange position. In exchange position, we note down all purchases and sale of a particular currency. Our opening position is 5,000 overbought. Our opening position is 5,000 overbought. So we have overbought, it will appear in bought column. The next transaction is purchase TT. So you have purchased $50,000 on TT basis. It will enter into exchange position. All purchase of foreign currency will appear in bought column. All sale of foreign currency will appear in sale column. The only thing is that a transaction should not be entered twice. Issued DD. Through issuance of DD, you have committed to sell $20,000. So it will appear in exchange position. TT remittance. You have sold $25,000. So it will appear in sold column. Purchase a bill due in 1 month. So through purchase of bill, you are entitled to receive $75,000. So even that will appear in the exchange position. Forward sale. It is your commitment that you will pay $75,000. So even that will appear. Export bill purchase earlier realized rupees 45,000. Friends, this transaction won't appear in exchange position. It would have been entered into exchange position on the date of purchase of export bill. Now on the realization of the bill, it won't be entered again. We know that our bank has done one more transaction. And what is the transaction? There was TT sale. So the TT sale of 30,000 will also appear here. Why this TT sale was there? This TT sale was there to maintain the credit balance 20,000 in the Nostro account. In our Nostro account, there was 50,000 balance. We wanted to maintain the balance of 20,000 only. So we had 30,000 TT sale. Even that will appear in the exchange position. Our total purchase is 1,30,000. Our total sale is 1,50,000. So we will say that this is oversold position of $20,000. Question number 2.67. Please refer to the chapter Foreign Exchange Risk Management of your textbook. Please go through the question thoroughly. In this question, you have to prepare Nostro account. Opening balance credit 1 lakh. Then opening position overbought. Opening position overbought or oversold will appear in exchange position. Purchase a bill on Zurich. You have purchased a bill. This purchase entitles you to receive 80,000 Swiss franc in future on maturity, not today. So it won't be entered into Nostro account on the day the bill has been purchased. Sold forward TT. You have sold but on forward basis. That is, there is an agreement between you and the customer. You will be selling on a fixed future date, but you won't be giving delivery to the customer. You will be transferring the delivery of 80,000 Swiss franc as per instruction of the customer. So, no doubt, you have sold forward TT, but there is no outflow of Swiss franc today. There will be outflow of Swiss franc in future. So, the transaction will be entered in the books only when outflow will be there. Forward purchase contract cancelled. When the forward contract was entered into, it was not entered into Nostro account. So even on its cancellation, it won't affect Nostro account. Remitted 75,000 Swiss franc by TT. It is just like sale of Swiss franc, so it will be debited to this account. Draft on Zurich cancelled 30,000 Swiss franc. When this draft was issued, it was not entered into Nostro account, so its cancellation won't be reflected in Nostro account. Now what is the balance, please? The balance is only 25,000, but we want to keep a balance of 30,000, so we should immediately purchase 5,000. We shall purchase TT 5,000 to maintain the credit balance of 30,000 Swiss franc. Let's prepare exchange position for this question. Opening position is overbought 50,000 Swiss franc. Purchase a bill. You have purchased a bill of 80,000 Swiss franc. This bill entitles you to receive 80,000 Swiss franc in future. So this transaction will appear in exchange position. Sold forward TT. So you have a commitment that you shall be paying 30,000 Swiss franc. So it will appear in exchange position. Forward purchase contract cancelled. Friends, when this contract was entered into, you entered the transaction into boat. Now you will subtract it from the boat column. Alternatively, you can take it in the sold column also. Remitted by TT. So you have sold 75,000 Swiss franc. So it will appear in the sold column. Draft on Zurich cancelled. When this draft was issued, you entered into sold column. Now you will subtract from the sold column. We know you purchased 5,000 Swiss franc to maintain the balance in the Nostro account. So that item will also appear here. So friends, what is the total? The total is 75,000. But they want to keep an overbought position of 10,000 Swiss franc. The bank wants to keep an overbought position of 10,000 Swiss franc. So what the bank may do? The bank may immediately purchase 10,000 Swiss franc on forward basis.